Hamburger James, a lesser-known member of the Memphis Mafia, played a unique role in the life of Elvis Presley. While other members like Red West were deeply involved in significant decisions, James was often seen as the go-to guy for simple tasks. His most notable responsibility was to satisfy Elvis's late-night cravings, particularly for hamburgers. This duty often took him out into the night, sometimes around 3 a.m., as he rushed to fulfill the king's sudden desires. The nickname Hamburger James stuck with him, reflecting both his specific role and his close connection to Elvis during those intimate moments. The bond between them was evident, as James became a reliable figure in the unpredictable world of the star. His dedication to this task showcased a different side of the Memphis Mafia, one that revolved around personal service and loyalty rather than the more glamorous aspects of fame. The story of Hamburger James is a testament to the everyday moments that shaped Elvis's life, revealing the importance of those who served him in quieter, yet significant ways. Elvis Presley had a unique habit of carrying a special kit with him wherever he traveled, which became a significant part of his life. This kit was not just an assortment of items, it was a collection that held deep personal meaning for him. Inside the kit were various personal effects that included prescription drugs essential for his health. These medications were a necessary part of his routine, and highlighted his struggles with maintaining well-being amidst his demanding lifestyle. Along with the medications, the kit contained cherished pieces of jewelry that Elvis valued dearly, representing his personal style and the memories associated with those items. He also carried around a substantial amount of cash, about $10,000, to handle any immediate expenses that might arise during his travels, ensuring that he was always prepared for unexpected situations. However, the most sentimental items in the kit were photographs of his then-wife, Priscilla Presley. These pictures served as a constant reminder of his love and commitment to her, providing comfort during his time on the road. Elvis's kit was safeguarded by Rick Stanley, a member of his entourage who was entrusted with the important responsibility of looking after this precious collection. Stanley's role was crucial, as he ensured the kit was never lost or tampered with, recognizing that it was a source of comfort and security for Elvis. Whether he was performing on a grand stage or traveling to a new city, the kit provided Elvis with a sense of stability, connecting him to his loved ones and memories, while also supporting his personal health needs. This small yet meaningful collection reflected not just Elvis's life, but also his deep connections and the pressures he faced as a global icon. A year prior to this event, Elvis had received a highly symbolic gift from President Richard Nixon during their infamous meeting at the White House, a DA badge. Elvis cherished this badge and viewed it as a mark of authority, as well as a symbol of his role in combating the illegal drug trade, which he took surprisingly seriously. Elvis's possession of this badge contributed to a sense of power and responsibility, and he carried it with him wherever he went, often flashing it to make requests or assert himself in situations where he felt it would be respected. Moreover, Elvis's dedication to this cause stemmed from his own personal struggles with substance abuse and his desire to use his influence to make a positive impact on the issue. He saw the badge as a tangible representation of his commitment to this important cause, and he took great pride in being able to leverage his celebrity status to support the efforts of the DEA. Throughout his later years, Elvis continued to wear the badge, and to use it as a means of asserting his authority and influence, further solidifying his reputation as a complex and multifaceted individual who was driven by a deep sense of purpose and responsibility. One day, Elvis discovered that several items were missing from his belongings. He found that some money and cherished photographs were gone. This upset Elvis greatly. He immediately knew something was wrong. His reaction was swift. He contacted Rick Stanley, a trusted member of his inner circle, to report the theft. The news spread quickly. Soon, the entire Memphis Mafia, Elvis's loyal group of friends and associates, was involved. Each member was tasked with finding the missing items and identifying the thief. The search was thorough, everyone diligently looking for clues. Despite their best efforts, the search yielded nothing. The investigation stalled. Suspicions then fell on Hamburger James, another member of the group, who had vanished without a trace. His sudden disappearance fueled speculation that he was responsible for the theft. The mystery of the missing items remained unsolved, leaving Elvis and his team puzzled and frustrated. The absence of Hamburger James only deepened the mystery. The Memphis Mafia continued to investigate, hoping to recover Elvis's belongings and uncover the truth. Elvis and the Memphis Mafia quickly realized that Hamburger James was likely the culprit behind the missing items. They suspected he had stolen the belongings and made a run for it, probably trying to get back to Memphis. With this thought in mind, they believed he was heading for the airport. Fueled by a mix of anger and frustration, Elvis and his crew sprang into action. They were determined to catch him before he could escape with the stolen goods. As they rushed out of the hotel, adrenaline coursed through their veins. They grabbed their personal weapons, ready to confront James. The urgency of the situation pushed them to speed towards the airport, their minds set on recovering Elvis's possessions. It was not just about the items, it was also about confronting James for his betrayal. The tension was palpable as they raced against time, knowing that every second counted in their pursuit of Hamburger James. They were prepared for anything, driven by loyalty and a sense of justice. Upon arriving at the airport, Elvis and his crew realized their fears had become reality. A flight was getting ready to leave for Memphis, and time was of the essence. With the unmistakable determination that defined much of his life, Elvis and the Memphis Mafia rushed through the bustling terminal, their hearts racing as they aimed straight for the boarding gate. The atmosphere turned chaotic as the group shouted for the flight to be halted, the urgency of their mission evident. As they approached the gate, a woman behind the counter immediately recognized Elvis. Instead of showing panic or alarm, she appeared genuinely starstruck, her eyes lighting up at the sight of the king of rock and roll. Awash with excitement, she asked him for an autograph, her admiration palpable. Even in this hectic moment, Elvis, always the gentleman, paused to sign her request. This act of kindness reflected his understanding of the joy he brought to fans, no matter the situation at hand, capturing a fleeting moment amidst the chaos. However, the situation quickly shifted back to business when Elvis pulled out his DA badge, showing it to the gate agent, and asserting his authority as a federal agent. In a stern voice, he demanded that the plane, which was already in the process of taxiing, be rolled back to the gate immediately. The power of Elvis's presence, combined with the badge, left the gate agent with no choice but to comply with his request. The plane was ordered to stop, and was brought back to the gate, giving Elvis and the Memphis Mafia the opportunity to board and confront Hamburger James before he could flee. Elvis's reputation and charisma were on full display as he used his influence to navigate a tense situation. The badge was more than just an identification tool. It symbolized his determination to control the events around him, showing that he had both the status and the will to protect his interests. The unexpected turn of events highlighted his unique ability to blend celebrity with authority in a way few could mimic. The confrontation that followed became a memorable chapter in the story of Elvis Presley and his circle. The entire scenario showcased not only his fame, but also his willingness to take action when necessary, reinforcing the fierce loyalty he inspired in those around him. These dynamics define the kind of life Elvis led, where moments of tension often led to remarkable stories that would be spoken of for years to come. Meanwhile, the plane touched down. Elvis and his entourage, the Memphis Mafia, stormed aboard. They moved swiftly, their purpose clear. At the rear of the aircraft, they found Hamburger James. He sat there, clutching the stolen musical equipment, his face a mask of fear. The air crackled with tension. The silence was heavy, broken only by the muffled sounds of the airport. Elvis's men moved quickly, efficiently. They grabbed James, his resistance weak and futile. He was pulled roughly to his feet, his body trembling. The weight of his actions pressed down on him. The betrayal hung heavy in the air, a tangible thing. He had stolen from Elvis, from the man who had given him so much. The journey back to the hotel was short, yet it felt like an eternity for James. He was dragged off the plane and into a waiting car. Fear gripped him. He was completely in their power. The Memphis Mafia didn't speak, their silence more menacing than any words. The car pulled up to Elvis's hotel suite. They carried James inside, his legs giving way under the weight of his fear, and guillotined he was deposited in front of Elvis, his fate uncertain, his future hanging in the balance. He knew, with chilling certainty, that he was facing the consequences of his actions. The room was still, the silence a suffocating blanket. Elvis's gaze was unwavering, intense. James awaited his judgment, his heart pounding in his chest. Visibly shaken, Elvis approached Hamburger James, confronting him directly about the theft. Without hesitation, Elvis struck James twice across the face, sending a clear message of his anger and disappointment. However, this initial show of force was quickly followed by an unexpected outpouring of emotion. Elvis began to cry, his feelings overwhelming him as he asked James why he had stolen from him. In Elvis's mind, there was no need for theft. If James had simply asked for help, Elvis would have gladly provided it. He couldn't understand why James had resorted to stealing instead of being honest about his situation and desire to return to Memphis. Elvis's emotional reaction revealed the depth of his hurt and confusion over the incident. In a deeply emotional moment, Elvis Presley and Hamburger James found themselves in a situation that tested their bond. As they confronted the reality of the betrayal, tears flowed freely from both men. Elvis, known for his big heart, expressed his pain not only over the stolen items, but more profoundly over the breach of trust. He questioned why James had not felt comfortable enough to reach out for help, especially considering their close ties within the Memphis Mafia. This moment of vulnerability revealed the depth of their friendship and the hurt that betrayal can cause. Despite the gravity of the situation, Elvis chose the path of forgiveness. He reassured James that he did not need to resort to stealing, emphasizing that he would have been there to support him if he had only asked. This heartfelt exchange highlighted the importance of trust and communication in relationships, showing that even in moments of deep hurt, love and understanding can prevail. However, Elvis had offered Hamburger James forgiveness and the chance to stay. He assured James he could keep his job, but James had already decided he wanted to leave the Memphis Mafia and start a new life. Elvis understood. While sad to see him go, Elvis respected James's decision. As a final gesture of kindness, Elvis gave James several weeks' pay. He even helped arrange for James to get back to Memphis. This marked the end of Hamburger James's time as an errand boy for Elvis's close-knit group. It closed the chapter in the story of Elvis's inner circle, a group of loyal friends and associates. The parting was amicable, a respectful end to a period of service. Elvis's generosity in the face of James's departure showed his compassionate nature. It was a fitting end to the time James spent with the Memphis Mafia, a chapter that ended not in conflict, but in quiet understanding and a thoughtful farewell. The situation demonstrated Elvis's loyalty and fairness even in the face of someone choosing to leave his employ. It highlighted the personal bonds within the group, even as one member decided to move on. James's departure, while undoubtedly a change, was handled with respect and consideration. The payment and assistance given by Elvis demonstrated a level of care and decency. While the glamour of Elvis Presley's life often took center stage, Hamburger James played a distinct and vital role behind the scenes. This lesser-known member of the Memphis Mafia served the king during late-night cravings, often rushing out around 3 a.m. to ensure that Elvis was satisfied with a delicious hamburger. His nickname reflected not just his job, but also the personal bond he shared with Elvis. Unlike other members of the Memphis Mafia who were involved in significant decision-making, James focused on simple tasks that revealed his loyalty and dedication. This unique arrangement gave James a special status in Elvis's world of fame. Their relationship was marked by trust, as Elvis counted on James during those solitary moments of hunger. The job was more than just food. It symbolized the everyday care that supported the superstar's unique lifestyle. This connection highlights an essential aspect of what it meant to be close to Elvis, demonstrating the importance of personal service and everyday loyalty in a life filled with unpredictability and